So I recently celebrated the Feast of Dedication, which is also called Hanukkah, and it is a biblical celebration, a biblical high holy day of the Most High God that we are commanded to celebrate. And I did several videos about it, so definitely look at those so you can find out more about it. But I've been keeping this high holy day for several years. This year was a little bit different because I had already announced through my channel, I had already announced the exact dates that I was going to be keeping this high holy day. So the dates that I was keeping, the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, those I already released those dates, and those were solid. Those were locked in. Those were set. And I had a group of people who tried to schedule a meeting during the Feast of Dedication that had already decided I was going to be celebrating. Now, what was different about this meeting is this was something that I had to go to. Pretty much I had to be there. It was almost like it was mandatory. Because if I wasn't there, then people who are already against me would be able to get leverage over me if I didn't show up for this particular meeting. So in reality, I could have decided not to go to it at all, but there would have been serious repercussions. Like it was almost like life and death. Like it was very, very serious if I didn't go. And so there was a group of people that I was scheduled to meet, government officials and their representatives. And so this wasn't really a meeting that I could cancel. And they tried to schedule it at the last minute. They tried to schedule it at the last minute during the Feast of Dedication, when in reality, they could have scheduled it at another time. They could have. And I did not tell them what I had going on. They didn't know specifically what I had going on. But here's what I did. I told them, here's what happened. They scheduled a meeting on a date that was during the 8 days of Feast of Dedication. Feast of Dedication is for 8 days from sunset. It starts at sunset on the first day all the way to sunset on day 8. So during those days, I didn't schedule any meetings. I didn't plan to go anywhere. I was just going to be in the house celebrating the Feast of Dedication. That was the only plans I had. Well, out of nowhere, a meeting was called and it was scheduled. It was set. It was on the calendar. I contacted them and let them know they need to change the date. I was like, y'all have to change it. You're going to have to change the date. I would like to participate in the meeting. I need you to change the date. And they were befuddled, confuddled, bewildered, confused. They did not know what to do with themselves, because most people, when certain events or things are scheduled, most people just go along with it and just suffer through it. This is not about me. This high holy day, this is not my day. This is the Lord's day. So now you're stepping on God's toes, and that's going to be a problem for anybody that tries that. So I did not tell them what it was, though. I did not specifically say what it was. I said, I am not available on that day. And I left it totally unexplained about why I wasn't available. I didn't give them no explanation on that at all. None. And I wasn't going to either. I said, look, y'all need to change the date. Now, please understand, there were several people involved. Let me try to think how many people were involved. Myself, at least 6 or 7 people were involved in showing up at this particular meeting. At least 6, and potentially even more than that. I made every one of them check their calendars and change it to the date, to a different date. Here's what I said. I said, it needs to be after this date. And I told them a date after Hanukkah. I told them a date after that. I said, it needs to be after that date. And they scrambled. Let me tell you, they was scrambling to try to figure out a date that they could get it on the calendar and have me show up. And you know what happened though? Because I had already in my mind made up that no matter what happened, you know what happened? Every one of them changed their calendar to meet God's high holy day, because I commanded them to do that. I made them do that. And they absolutely changed it to a different date that was outside of the Feast of Dedication. I made them change it to a date after the Feast of Dedication, because I wasn't playing with them people. Don't you know they changed it? They changed it. They didn't like it. They didn't like it at all, but they changed it, because I'm not playing with them about the Lord's high holy days. That's how serious I am about keeping the high holy days of the Most High God. They are life and death serious. That's how important and crucial and critical the high holy days of the Lord are.